All right, here we are again, back on the Elantra that I can't get parts for. Ha! You just gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but like, you gotta think, like, the price of the used market and the price of fuel and the part shortages. Are they trying to push for electric vehicles? I don't know. Anyways, my paint job looks great. There are imperfections in it, as always. I'm in the garage. And I think my main issue was I used the new gun, and I didn't clean it. Why? I don't know. But it shot Teflon tape out in a couple areas, and I thought for sure when I put that tape on, I didn't get any, like, on the inside of the fitting, but there's a couple spots that I got little specks in, and I'm fairly certain it's Teflon tape, plus I didn't clean the gun, so that was, my fault, but I'm pretty happy with that. My fitment could have been a little bit better down here. It looks good from the side. Once you get to this angle, I can't really get that to fit any better. I can pull it out a little bit, but then it's going to look weird from this direction. So, we're working with what we got here. Actually, I just messed with that bottom, and I got it a little bit better. There's still a little bit of a overlay there, but it's a lot closer now. I could pull it out more. I probably could. Let me try. How does it look from this angle? I'm telling you, that's where you put most of your time in, is doing adjustments, fine tuning. Better than nothing. It's still got a little bit of an overlay there, but it's not bad. We'll live with that. Gotta get pins out of there, put a trim piece on there. I had to put the inner door panel on yet. We gotta get the bumper on. I hope it's okay. You have to pop rivet like a whole bunch of stuff on here. This bumper took me longer than I would like to admit. I got a plastic piece. I got it in there, but I got to get more pins in it on the inside. I want to wait until I get it up on the lift to do that. The windshield's going in today, and it's going to be done today because tomorrow it leaves. And I'll have you know, like, we don't have a future project at this moment, but I have been bidding. And I bid the most that I have ever bid on Copart in my life yesterday because I'm trying to make big things happen. And I lost 14.8. I bid on something and I lost. But I was the second highest bidder because it went right after I quit. Then it went. It hurts. But I'm trying to make things happen. Okay, and we are going to be jumping back into this. I got a lot of stuff to do in my own vehicles. That's coming. Product reviews. I know you guys love those, don't you? Listen, I wanted a stereo in the Subaru. Okay, so if I can get it for free and just do a little review, then why not, huh? Let's slap this front bumper on here. Hopefully it fits up nice. Do I have any more pieces that have to go on? Yes, there's a front piece there. I think I can attach that to the bumper first. Make sure you have all your pieces on first. Yeah. Tell me that was supposed to be riveted. Was it? I don't know. I think the bumper just clips into that. Alright, so I'm going to have to put this on loosely because we all know this thing is not perfect. And also, I need to shut the hood and see how that fits. So, stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so now obviously fitment issues, which I figured was going to be the case, but over here, as you can see, we're not getting a very good fitment. Of course, we're not getting a very good fitment the whole way across, and that is because well, you can't fit the bumper pad in there with this grill, so I had to remove that, so that's not in there. There's going to be some bolts up in from the bottom, which are going to help, but over here, there's no support under the headlight over here on this part. There is a support, but there's normally another like clip spot over here, and the core support being all messed up, it's like hit or miss how you're going to get that to fit. Still on order, so we're hoping that it comes in, but I'm going to have to redo this whenever that happens. All right, I got it to a place where I feel like it's somewhat presentable, okay, for not replacing the core support. Now, given I have to bolt the bottom part of this bumper in, so as you can see the gap right now, look when I pull forward on the bottom of the bumper. It looks a lot more acceptable whenever I do that. It's still a little bit wonky right there, but a lot closer. So I'm going to roll with that for now. I need to get this thing moved, get it up in the air, and we'll try to finish off all the fasteners and little trim pieces and stuff, because I still have to put a stereo and a backup camera on this thing, and the Hyundai emblem's on its way. I don't think it's going to be here in time, but it's on its way. One thing I do want to brag about, though, is the color match. I mean, I blended over here, so you're not really seeing it. Over here, this fender's original color, and the bumper was painted and the hood was painted. I mean, the color, that looks really, really good. Like, maybe I didn't need a blend. Which it didn't really save a lot, you know. I couldn't save a lot by not blending, so I would have had to blend anyways, because of the front of the door. It was either, I could have painted the whole door, but I just, you know, you're better to blend. But still, even up here, that pillar, that's original color. Yeah, that's like dead on. That's an awesome color match. All right, a piece of the wise, the bumper bar, the pad that goes underneath there, I probably should have purchased the one for the newer models, so that that's what kind of holds the bumper up. But I had some foam blocks here, which I wedged in behind there, which pulled that out. So it made this fit a lot better up here, which, like I said, core support, it'll fit even better yet. There's another piece missing I didn't realize was missing. So you can see there's a couple bolts here. There's a tray that probably goes across the front of this, and that's probably what this part of the bumper bolts onto, and that would be another place that would hold this bumper out. But right now, it's got good pressure on it from those blocks I put in there, and yeah, it's holding up pretty tight. So all in all, that's pretty much all there is to putting the front end back together, except for windshield. Oh, we got those corner pieces, the window cowl. We'll get to that when we do the windshield. Let's go ahead and throw the stereo and the backup camera in it. Well, new problem on this, and my buddy's going to have to wait, but it's still going to go to his house, but he's just going to have to wait to transfer it. You remember how it had an airbag light? Well, come to find out, we have driver's airbag resistance too high. and it's a stage 2 or whatever, you look up that code and it's either the clock spring or the driver's airbag. So you take these resistors that you can buy online, very cheap. If you plug them in, they imitate an airbag. So I plug those in, rehook the battery up, and I'm still getting the same code. So that leads me to believe it's the clock spring. So when you look that up online, apparently these had a recall on the clock spring for faulty clock springs. So this would be covered by Hyundai, but being it's an R title, or it's a salvage, I don't know that they will. So I'm probably going to have to order a clock spring for this, and it won't pass enhanced inspection with the airbag light on, so that's why he's going to have to wait, unfortunately. So that's where we're at with that. Might as well throw a stereo in it. First things first, when you're putting a stereo in, disconnect your battery. Or when you're messing with airbags, that's why I had that loose. So, I have to wire the harness together. First, I'm going to tear the dash apart and make sure I have the right wiring harness before I go gung-ho and splice everything together, because that would suck. Always do that. I've done that before. Spliced the whole wiring harness together and everything. Went to plug it in, and it was the wrong harness. Don't do that. Tear it apart. Figure out if it's right first. Don't be like me. Alright, slight change of plans just because this just came in the mail. I wanted to try some headlight restoration kits, and this was the cheapest one on well, I don't know if it was the cheapest. It was fairly cheap. I think it was like $13 or $14. I'm just going to try it out on these headlights. The one I did looks all right, but you can still see some slight scratching, and then, like I said, looks like the UV protection is some of the coating still on there. So this is a 3-step system, ceramic clear coat that goes on. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out on here. Throw a little tape on the bumper and the fenders here real quick. And once you put that last coating on, it's like a clear coat. You have to not be around them for 60 minutes and or do anything to him for 60 minutes. And that guy's on his way to do the windshield. He'll be here in about an hour. So it's going to be good timing, I think, to do this. So let's go ahead and try that. Now, I have to say, for a $13 kit, that turned out really nice. Now, we're going to see how it really turns out after that dries, because it's like a ceramic clear that you put on there. I don't know. I think ceramic's a gimmick, but whatever it is, it works somewhat. But you can see that one cleaned up really well. So did this one, and this one was way worse with most of the UV coating gone. So I think, let me look at this again. It says protects for life, guaranteed. So I don't know if that means the finish stays like this forever, but it protects, guaranteed. But for all the more I paid for this, that's pretty dang good. And you can see there wasn't any oxidation on this one. I don't know what these are the cleaning wipes that and it's supposed to get rid of oxidation, and it says it'll turn yellow. It didn't do it on this one, but when I wipe that one down, you can see it turned really yellow. It took all that oxidation, and it did. It got rid of that oxidation on there, but you could still see the marks. Now after applying clear, man, that looks good. So that's a really good money-saving tip if these things work just as good as that every time. They give you a nice little sanding applicator, little foam sanding applicator to sand them out.
What a joker.
But yeah, it worked really well. Now, I did not use all the cleaning wipes, the oxidation wipes, but I still have one clear coating wipe left. I'll probably keep a hold of that. And I still have a little bit of sandpaper left, but this 3000 grit is done. I used both the pieces because it was actually picking up material and embedding into the sandpaper, so they were working. Anyways, that guy's going to be here very soon to do the windshield. I'm going to go ahead and get started on tearing the dash apart. Oh, I'm sweating. You go ahead and make up an analogy for that. My wiring harness is correct. This was a pain in the butt. These are supposed to come off. They will not release down here, and I'm not breaking these panels to get them out. So they're staying in. They come off enough that I could get to all the bolts, access all the bolts. So went ahead, got the stereo out. Now I'm going to go ahead and wire my connector up right here. And I already have the stereo installed and the new installation kit. And then I need to figure out where I'm putting a backup camera. Fun stuff. Alright, so I had to disassemble half of the rear bumper to get my backup camera in. I haven't stuck it on yet. We're about to do that. Get that on right. Oh, I got my headlight on. Right about there, somewhere. That ought to be a good view on this. And then I got to get the bumper back on. I had to drill a hole through there. Did seal it, as you can see. Runs through. It's behind here. It comes up around behind the bumper here. And this is where we tap into the reverse light so that when you put it in reverse, it gives it power. The wire's already up in the dash. I ran it the whole way down along the side here. My buddy was here. We got the new windshield in. It looks great. And that's on. I need to put the wiring harness together. I'm not going to video that, but you basically just splice your wires together. We'll get the wiring straightened up for the backup camera. And then, besides changing the oil, we're done. Alright, so I'm working with some unknown variables here. I have no wiring diagram for this radio. And I looked them up. I found a couple different conflicting things. Both had a common thing on there. Normally your illumination wire is orange. Well, on this radio it's apparently green. So you gotta, swap wires there. The actual orange wire, now here's where we get into conflicting things. I found two different wirings for these, and the orange wire is the backup camera on one. The pink wire is the backup camera on the other one. So I think it's the pink wire. I don't know what the orange wire is for. So we're going to do trial and error right now. If I wire this to the power wire on the camera, okay, I should be able to, with a stereo, turn the camera on. And right now I don't have it wired in the back, but I think it'll still work. I think. We'll find out. Alright, so as for right now, I just wrapped the camera wire around that pink wire. I'm going to go hook the battery up, and we're going to see if we at least hooked it up right. Hey! The radio's on. Hee-haw! I don't like this radio. Huh? It works. Let's turn the volume down here for right now. Oh, I don't have the antenna plugged in. I'm going to have to do that. I do have to hook up the rears here, so we're going to turn the lights on. We're going to put it in reverse. We're going to figure out which one of these is reverse. I got to check and see which one of these is power and which one's ground. I'm assuming black's going to be ground and then green might be power, but we also have pink there. So I got to check power there. Let me get this stuff hooked up. I'll get back to you. Pink wire it is. So we're going to have to wire that up. And let me get some stuff done and then I'll show you guys what's going on. The key on. Reverse light should come on. And it should go. Now. Oh, there we go. There it is. The lights weren't on. Huh. Why are we not? We should get reverse lights. What is going on? Is there a reverse light over there? No. What is going on? This makes perfect sense now. That's not the reverse light. Even though I have the reverse light on, I'm like, they're not working. You know why? Because they're up here. There's so much more work to do. Oh my lord. It's late, and man, this car's been a pain in my butt. But I need to get this oil changed. It's looking good. I got the wipers on. Got the hatch and the rear bumper all situated. Got the stereo in and situated. I'll show you guys that. Where did I put the keys? They were in my pocket. Backup camera. Pretty good. Alright, last thing for the night. I need to change the oil in this thing. I don't know if I pulled it up far enough. But yes, real quick. Time lapse, oil change. And yes, I'm using two different kinds of oil. They're the same grade and they're both synthetic. It's what I got here. It's what we're using. Stay tuned. Anyways, it's after midnight, and that's way past my bedtime. So that's going to be the end of this video. So if you like this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. Drop me a comment. It helps the algorithm. It helps push the channel. I don't even care what you say. Just drop something down there. Just tell me your mom joke. I don't care. And we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrecked. Somebody got the zoomies. You got the zoomies? Huh? You got the zoomies? What are you doing? Come here. Come over here with your zoomies. Where's your jerk brother? Where is he? Oh. There you are. What are you doing? You must be getting hungry. You hungry?
You snorted at me. What? Okay. That's okay.